want to be able to do is help you communicate in these little bite-sized chunks. And so by doing this formula, it's going to help you do that. So the first thing you're going to do is state your feeling. Now feelings, we try to associate them always with emotion. Like, I'm going to respond this way to you. I'm going to respond to you in anger. But did you know I can actually be angry but not respond in anger? It seems kind of weird, doesn't it? I'm able to actually process and say, I'm feeling angry about this, but not yell at you. It's a different feel. So what we have over here on page 27, we're talking more about that, is what it's called a feeling wheel. Gloria Wilcox developed this. I love this. I find couples and guys, I don't mean to pick on you, but especially guys, struggle with feelings. I've worked with a lot of couples, and I'll say, what are you feeling? I don't know. Well, help me out. I mean, like, are you upset? Huh? Yeah. Angry? Yeah, I guess I'm mad, right? And so I want to help you guys become a little bit more specific in what you're feeling. And so instead of saying mad, I'm mad at you, it might be, I am feeling distant right now. And you see how that's a much more descriptive feeling for what you actually are feeling than just mad? I'm feeling distant. I'm feeling isolated. Might be another one. You may feel, I'm feeling inferior. Right? And so when you start getting a little bit more specific on the actual feelings that you're feeling, it actually helps you to communicate better to your spouse. If I say I'm mad, it kind of raises the temperature automatically, right? But if I'm saying I'm feeling inferior, my wife will go, well, I don't want you to feel inferior. What's going on? And so you start it with a feeling. What are you feeling about this issue? Then you're going to state a positive. Now, this is something we don't do usually, but I want you to state a positive about the person and the situation. I want you to think about this differently, because we're just looking at the negatives. You didn't take out the trash again. Versus, okay, they do sometimes take out the trash. Think about a time that they've done this well. That gets you away from always and nevers. You're always late. Really? Because if I say if you're always late, what are you going to come back with? I was on time last week, right? You never take out the trash. I took out the trash 6 months ago. Booyah. Right? Now, that's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is, yes, you do sometimes take out the trash, or yes, thank you for agreeing to take out the trash. However, the trash didn't go out today. And I'm feeling frustrated because I didn't know it. Right? It's not that maybe the trash didn't even go out. It's I didn't know it didn't go out, and now the trash is full, it's overflowing, and we have a whole week. Right? Just nasty. So you don't want that. So you want to get to this positive about the person and the situation. And the other thing is, if you can't think of a positive, don't talk to them, because you're mad. Right? If I've never done this. Never. I had a situation where the couple, one of them was, in the other one's view, a really bad driver. I'm like, well, can you name a time that they've driven well? No, they have never driven well. Never. Okay, so how many accidents have you been in? I was in a fender bender, I was pulling out of a parking spot. Oh, really? Is that it? Yeah, that's the only one I've ever been in. Well, how many speeding tickets have you gotten? None. Wow. It's surprising that you're a menace to society behind the wheel, and yet you've managed to never get a speed. I said, how? She's like, well, okay, it's not that. It's more, sometimes he drives too close to people, and he doesn't like music on the car, and I like music. Well, that's a little bit different, isn't it? So is there really, well, yeah, really actually pretty safe driver except for that, right? So when you start thinking of the positives, it changes your view. It helps you to see them in a loving way. And so you got this feeling, you've got a positive about them and the situation. You can't just say, I'm feeling frustrated. I appreciate that shirt. You have beautiful, it looks great with your eyes, but you never come home on time. Okay, no, you can't do that. It's got to be about them and the situation. But then you're going to state this issue in a constructive way using I statements. Now, here's what's interesting about this. There is this behavior, there is the issue. Right? So it is a when you. So let's take it back to our garbage. I'm feeling frustrated. I appreciate that you do take out the garbage. However, today you didn't, and I didn't know it. And so the garbage didn't go out. See how different that is than you never take out the garbage? It's a lot more words, isn't it? But a lot more words can be important when you really want to help convey what you're actually feeling and diffuse the situation. But it all starts with prayer. You see, if I'm mad, I'm going to stay mad if I don't go to God first. So we want you to go to God first, pray, process, and plan, and then come together. And then here's this really big kicker, especially for expressives and drivers, that you're going to end it with, I want to find the time to talk about this. Whew. You're not going to talk about it right then. You know why? Because you're going to give your spouse an opportunity to pray, process, and plan what they want to, how they're going to respond. You see, when you force somebody to respond right then, especially if they've not thought about this, they're going to generally respond in anger. They're going to respond defensively. Yeah, but you left after I did, so you should have taken out the garbage.
Or they withdraw.
Or they withdraw and say, you know what, I don't want to go there. Fine, I messed up again. Right? We want to help you give time. But again, by giving this time, you're going to set a time to come back together to discuss it. So you're not going to end it with, it's fine time to talk about it. You're then going to say, okay, when are we going to talk about this then? And you set that actual time in place, and then you come back. And the other piece to this then is that your issues aren't going to run your marriage. Your marriage run your issues. You see, you actually allow then, we're going to put this issue over here, and it's not going to run the rest of our day. Abigail and I got to this point. It was really difficult. We used this, it would ruin our day. You guys ever been there where just an issue just happens and it ruins your day? Yeah. It's hard. You don't want that, right? And so what you do by allowing this is just say, we're going to come back and talk about it. So now let's move on. And it's a process. We're learning a new tool right now, and it can take time. You both have to be open to it. So what I want you guys to do right now, I want you to repeat after me. We will both be open to it. You ready? We will both be open to it. Oh, it was beautiful. I'm tearing up right now.